couldn't stop regretting my past, so I lost any motivation to live. Okay, you are probably confused. Let me explain the situation. I didn't get into the dream university of mine, even though I still got accepted into another university in my home country. I still couldn't get over this lingering feeling of regret, because my desire to get there couldn't be simply explained with the reasoning like better quality of education kind of stuff. But to be frank, it's much deeper than that. I wanted to get away from my family and live somewhere else. Because at the time, I realized that it's hard for you to cultivate new habits and become a better person when you're surrounded by people who are not willing to change and who don't support your change either. However, I didn't get in, and all of them tried to console me with the reasoning like, well, it's fate, it's for the best really. And I appreciated their support. But still, my brain couldn't comprehend how can I be better off somewhere else, where my mental health is worse. In addition to that, it felt like everyone was trying to convince me that it's not my fault, but it actually was. So I wanted to take responsibility for my failure. But instead, I ended up blaming myself for not being consistent enough during my preparation and not showing everything I know on a test day. However, I didn't stop there. I also blamed everyone else. My family, for example, their toxicity, ignorance, mistreatment, everything. To sum it all up, I used to deny my present reality with a justification that if I was not such a lazy piece of trash, and only if my family, my mother in particular, wouldn't have been so toxic and narcissistic from the very beginning of my life, I'd have gotten accepted, and overall my life would have been so much better. So I got stuck. I couldn't move on from that failure. To the point where at every occurrence of something unpleasant in my life, I would ruminate and imagine this alternative universe, alternative scenario where I got accepted, everything just like I want. I'm hanging out with all my friends who got accepted into that university, by the way, and I'm excelling there. As a result of this unfocus, my GPA in my current university got so low, especially compared to my A-type student kind of reputation. So I lost motivation to leave. Actually, I think I was just too stubborn to accept the reality as it is. But I needed that experience. Just like I needed to read this book about regrets called The Midnight Library. The book is about a girl named Nora, and she is the very definition of failure. Because she was fired from her minimum wage job, she has no one who truly cares about her in her whole town, and she has lost her only cat in a car accident. Considering all of this, she kind of concludes that there is no reason for her to continue on living. So she takes her own life with pills, but instead of ending up in hell or heaven or dying, she ends up in a library. But it's not a simple library. All the books in that library contain alternative universe where different Noras made different choices. And she has the opportunity to open the book and enter that universe, that life, as herself and replace Nora in that universe. In case she is satisfied with that life, she may stay there, and all the memories about the library and about her past life will be erased with time. But in case she is not satisfied, she will come back and try another book until she finds the kind of life that fits her. It sounds like a perfect escape from your unfulfilling life, because it is you, just a better version, who made all the right choices at the right time. It sounds like the best option, right? You can figure that out yourself by reading the book. I kind of spoiled the whole introduction part, but you will read through it really fast and get to the main part. It's really interesting. I highly recommend it. Now I'm going to talk about the conclusions I've made through my experience in my own life and through reading Nora's story. Why am I not able to move on from my failures? The answer is simple. I just couldn't forgive myself. So now I understand why people say that it's important to forgive in order to move on. Actually, my inability to forgive lies at the core of all my relationship problems, be it romantic or platonic. For example, I never forgive people, even when they apologize sincerely. I also don't forget the hurt that they have caused me. I think it's a reflection of my relationship with myself. So, in order to forgive others, you have to forgive yourself. Why do I self-sabotage? I tried to blame my childhood traumas, the way my mother, brother, and my teachers at school treated me, but at the end of the day, all these things are not in my control. All of them belong to the past. And by constantly referring to them as the reasons, as the whys, I am where I am and I am who I am, I give all the control over my life to everything and everyone but myself. Does it really matter what kind of choice you've made? Actually, I concluded that it doesn't, because there are so many things we could have done differently. But in all these alternative universes, the palette of feelings that we can feel is the same. It's constant. In other words, we don't need to listen to all the music in the world to understand music. Just like we don't need to play every game to know what winning feels like. We have to pay attention because our game is already being at play. We have to try our best and win our current game, and I think it would be an amazing feeling to have, just like in any other universe. After getting an answer to all the questions that kept me stuck, it all clicked. As a result, my GPA skyrocketed up to 4.0, and I realized that I don't want any other life. The only life that truly belongs to me is the one that is happening now. To get over regrets, it all boils down to 3 simple steps. First, take responsibility. Taking responsibility starts with accepting everything as it is. If it's hard for you, I recommend literally repeating to yourself, I deserve exactly what I have. Not more, not less. Second, use everything you have. Own your life. By owning, I mean convert everything into an advantage. I want to reference Robert Greene here. He said, everything can be turned into an advantage if used correctly. Third, reflect on your past attempts with a desire to get to know yourself, not with a desire to bash yourself. It's wrong to judge, shame yourself and others. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Wish you all the best. Keep going. You got it.